How in the Hell Did I Get Here is supported by the Coloring Book Coach. Check out the new podcast, How to Fall in Love with Yourself Toolkit, an intuitive guide for your month. Find it at thecoloringbookcoach.com. We all have those days when we wake up feeling a little off, like something's just not right? And for the most part, we muddle through the best we can and hope that tomorrow will be better. Today and next week's episodes are about a day like that, a day when one woman wakes up feeling not quite like herself and where that feeling takes her. This is Kim A. Floden, and you're listening to How in the Hell Did I Get Here? As always, today's episode includes swear words.
Hi, my name is Janine Lebsack, and I'm Canadian, and I am here to share today about how I had a breakdown, and it ended up becoming a breakthrough.
Hey, it's Kim again. Before Janine gets going, I'm just going to say this straight up. We need reviews. We know we have listeners. We can see that from the download numbers, and we know that you're everywhere. You've downloaded the show now in over 33 countries, and we're over 6,000 downloads, and yet we only have a handful of reviews. So I'm asking you, please pause the show, like right now, and go to howinthehellpodcast.com, hit the Apple Podcast button right there in the middle of the page. That takes you to the place you can rate us and write a quick review. Even if you just say, I love this podcast, it really, 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 really helps us. We all know that reviews make a difference on what we choose. And if you love us, please help others choose to listen to. Okay, now on to Janine's amazing story.
Well, my day started out like any other day. I had gotten up and I just felt off. And so I decided to connect with a friend. We went for breakfast and I was telling them, I just feel really odd today. Like not my usual, weirdo self, but just off. Anyway, we ended up going shopping and I thought that might help because I just thought it was just a case of the blues. But then I started getting these kind of feelings like I was losing control and I was panicky about it. But I am a very good actress. I wear a mask a lot in my daily life, living as a neurodiverse woman and raising neurodiverse children. I just decided that this shopping is not going to be my therapy for the day. I'm going to go check in with my doctor. So I went to my doctor and I started to describe how I was feeling. And he's a very brilliant, educated man, but, it's like get to the point. So I just told him I felt off. I had already been on some medication and I didn't feel like it was actually working. And so he ended up prescribing me something else and then increased my dosage of my current antidepressant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, I need something more. Like I'm missing something. Like I need therapy. I need a professional.
Right.
I need another diagnosis to my alphabet soup of a life.
Yeah. Well, basically you were just saying, I need help because I don't know, something's off and I don't know how to manage what's coming at me, right? I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I said, I just felt like I was having a panic attack coming on. And I was really just trying to head it off at the pass, take a different route.
Right.
Down happy
Which is
town.
smart. Yes. That's smart.
Thank you. And so long story short, he sent me away with my prescriptions and I just walked out of there kind of dazed and confused. I found myself next door at the pharmacy thinking maybe I could, take some vitamins or some herbs and get myself, balanced out. And I ended up having a panic attack right then and there. And the pharmacist, of course, assisted me. And it turned out that she actually knew my friend who was also a pharmacist, and they had done their training together. And I ended up going out to my truck after I had gotten a glass of water and calmed myself down enough and had stopped crying. And I sat in my truck and I thought, okay, I can either sink or swim. And I thought, okay, I'm going to start swimming. So I phoned my husband, and he was in a work meeting, which I knew in advance. And then I ended up phoning my pharmacist friend. And an even longer story made short, I ended up actually going full-blown panic attack while I was on the phone with her. And everything after that became a blur. I just heard her say, "You need help, and I'm coming to help you."
Oh my gosh, what a good friend.
Yeah, it was incredible. And
yeah. Oh, and how far away was she?
She was probably about a good half hour, 40 minutes away.
Oh my gosh, you had to wait there for her to get there? Well, and when you're in that kind of frame of mind, it doesn't even matter because time is like of no consequence, right? You're just like, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just felt like I was in this time warp, and everything around me had just slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just waiting for my friend. Like I'd said, everything was a blur, and I ended up waiting for her. And then I finally was able to breathe again properly. And I just cranked my tunes and I went for a drive. Just went for a drive and cleared my head. And then I ended up back at my house, and my husband had gotten off of work because my friend had pulled him out of his meeting and told him that I needed him ASAP. And he drove to the school and picked up the kids and met me in the driveway. And then my friend was like, "Get in the car." And then there I was on my way to the hospital.
Janine's crazy day continues after the break. Stay tuned. Hey there, it's Kim. I'm just popping in to answer a quick question someone asked, which is what more they could do to help support the show beyond sharing, reviewing, and subscribing. Here's a quick list. 1. Buy us a cookie or two at coffee.com. That's coffee.com/howinthehell. It's actually spelled ko-fi.com and then /howinthehell. 2, we have fun merchandise. Shirts, mugs, bags, even socks. The link is at howinthehellpodcast.com. 3, are you a small business owner? You can advertise on the show. Email howinthehell@gmail.com or call 323-488-3303. Welcome back to How in the Hell Did I Get Here? Janine's friend has told her, get in the car. We're going to the hospital. Let's return now to her story.
He drove to the school and picked up the kids and met me in the driveway. And then my friend was like, "Get in the car." And then there I was on my way to the hospital. It was so surreal, Kim. After the fall from reality, it's then actual reality, 2D life sets in. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like,
right.
This really just happened. And
right.
And I'm dealing with it like an adult when I should be in my blanket fort coloring and drinking wine. And so I felt proud of myself that I had made those connections and had found the help I needed. And
you did good self-care, Janine.
So I get to the hospital. There's a police officer in the parking lot directing traffic, saying like, it's very busy and don't expect to get into the emergency right away. All we were going to do was just wait in the ER and get me checked out by a doctor. And that turned out to be like a shit show of epic proportions.
Wow.
And I laugh about it now because it was first time I had ever been to the hospital and first time I had ever been to the ER. And this is a bigger city. I don't know, 300,000 people or more. And I'm sitting in this crowded ER And I'm around all walks of life. And I am looking around and I am surrounded by everything that I read about in the paper, because I don't watch the news. It's just too much for an empathic soul like mine. And I'm not a judgmental person by nature. We have people that are suffering from drug addiction. We have a prisoner that is complete with his posse of prison guards and wearing his orange jumpsuit. And who comes to sit right beside me?
Right, of course.
Everybody that is a troubled soul. I'm in no place in time or in my spiritual body to help anyone. I am in great need, and I'm just like a vortex, just sucking people's energy right in. And then I start to really panic because I am a very helpful person by nature, and I can't help these people. And I'm even wondering if I'm going to be helped.
Right.
Because it's like a scene out of like
One
Law
Flew
and
Over the
Order.
Cuckoo's Nest.
It is an SVU episode. Like,
oh my God.
This is my life.
Right. And you're there with them. I understand. I've been in these kind of situations before, and you're like, what? Seriously, it is. How in the hell did I get here?
How in the
hell did I get here? 1 minute my life is going along fine, and then I'm in an ER room waiting to get checked out because I had a panic attack. Then what happens?
And it's like WTF times like 5,000.
Even the way those rooms are set up, they're usually like super stark, very harsh fluorescent lighting. They're not any sort of space for calmness. They're not even designed to be comfortable. They're uncomfortable. The lights are bad. It's usually loud in there. I've been in them where they're blaring TV news. I mean, how is this healing? It's not.
Exactly. And I already have a sensory disorder, and I am sensory overwhelmed.
Right.
So I just cuddle into my friend while she moves me down the assembly line of people as we all get called to the receptionist desk. When I go into that part of my brain, I am in fight or flight or freeze mode. And my parasympathetic nervous system is just ramped. I actually ended up stuttering. I was trying to ask for help. I was cuddled into my friend like she was my, lioness blanket. And I can't speak and I can't breathe. So I am a stuttering, panic attacking, hot mess of a woman. Then eventually my name is called by the grace of God, because all I can do is just pray hysterically in my mind. I can't speak, but I have a health app on my phone. I am able to give my phone to my friend, and she's able to get that data, and I can write. The nurse there gives me a piece of paper, and I write out who I am and what's going on, and it's such a surreal moment, and I'm literally wondering, how in the fuck did I get here?
Yeah, there was got to be a part of your brain that was just saying that the entire time, right? There was a part of you like sitting in the corner of the room going, what the fuck is happening here?
Yes.
But then there's another part of you going, okay, this is really happening, and this is happening.
I feel like I'm treading water at this time. All of a sudden, they're wheeling me down this hallway, and it's like you had described. It's white fluorescent light shining in my eyes, gray concrete. There's people on gurneys in their hospital gowns, and they're staring at me, and I'm staring down at the floor, but I can still feel their eyes boring through me. And it's just lost soul energy from physical and spiritual realms. And I'm in this vortex, and I'm painfully being wheeled down this hallway, and I'm just being assaulted by energy coming at me from the living and the dead, and it's all too much. So I basically cocoon myself, and then we get to the doors.
Well, I don't know about you, but this is quite a story. We leave Janine this week as she's about to be wheeled through the next set of doors. The doors of the ward where sometimes people don't leave for a long time. The rest of this story continues next week, so be sure to tune in. I also wanted to add here that if you or someone you know has ever had a day like this, you can find help and recommendations at mentalhealth.gov here in the United States, or in Canada, go to Canada.ca/public-health/services/mental-health-services, or to make that a whole lot easier, just do a search for mental health help in either country. If things are really too much, please call 911 for immediate help. Meet you back here next week for the rest of Janine's How in the Hell Did I Get Here story. Until then, pay attention, my friends. You just never know when you might find yourself saying.
So I am a stuttering, panic attacking, hot mess of a woman.
How in the hell did I get here? Thanks again to our sponsor, the Coloring Book Coach. Be sure to check out her new podcast, How to Fall in Love with Yourself Toolkit. You'll find affirmations, guidance, wisdom, intuition, and action steps for each week of the month. We want to thank Janine Lebsack for sharing her story this week and next week. And thank you, Silent Partner, for our theme song, 7th Floor Tango, and our ad music, Blue Skies. We found them on YouTube's Creator Library. This week's show was written, produced, and hosted by Kim A. Floden with editing help from Carrie Floden.